TLDR, a guy brought his girlfriend into the game, and it instantly turned into a sexual tension minefield. So, this story is from Salaria007.
Yeah.
She wanted attention, he wanted control, we wanted out. Sounds like fun.
Campaign was classic 5e high fantasy. After about 6 sessions, our monk, Zach, asked if his girlfriend, Tina, could join the game. He said she was really creative and had been wanting to try to roleplay. Okay, I'm always game for new players. I know you don't like to teach new players, but you can let your other players teach them, right?
Yes, I will most definitely do that.
So she rolls up a tiefling bard. Does every new player play a tiefling first now? Is that a thing?
Oh, my first character was Tiefling, probably.
Ah, called it. My first character was a human, but I only had a choice of human, elf, or dwarf. Or gnome, I think. Maybe gnome.
You still remember your first character.
He was a human fighter, and he lived about 12 minutes.
Like
Real time, 12 minutes. Before I even had to erase anything on the character sheet, he was dead.
Oh, shit.
Old school D&D.
Brutal.
All right, so she rolls a tiefling because everybody has to be a tiefling with their first character. She's a bard named Naira, who introduced herself mid-session by interrupting a tense standoff between our group and a cult lieutenant. She walked into the scene playing a lute and said, "Why fight when we can make music instead?" I already don't like this character.
You don't interrupt scenes, even if you think that it is a good, if you are that good and you will add a lot to the scene. You don't interrupt scenes. You do give players space, air to breathe. You don't choke them.
Never steal the spotlight. Okay,
she's new,
so
though.
She's new. She doesn't know. The cultist rolled low on insight, so the DM played along. And she diffused the fight. She tried this whole hippie come in, playing the lute, and diffuse the fight with love and peace. So
with the flowers instead of bullets.
Yeah, she's throwing flower petals on everybody, and the fight stops.
Yeah.
So the rest of the party thinks, okay, she might be fun. This worked, right? Next session, Naira flirts with every party member. So she goes full bard stereotype.
She has her right to do so.
Yeah, why not? They don't have to flirt back, right?
Yeah, role play as you want. If you wanna be flirty, then go ahead. Just don't interrupt people.
That's just rude.
Straight up rude.
So their paladin, the party's paladin, is a 60-year-old ex-conscript with a dead family and a chronic leg pain.
Oh, Dr. House.
That's quite a backstory. Yeah, Dr. House. Dr. House in full plate armor. Naira says he's weathered like a tree with deep roots I want to press my back against. Woo, she's getting saucy.
Ooh. Is it getting hot, or is it just
It's getting spicy in here, and the table all laughs nervously, but Tina, apparently this is, what did she say his name was? Zach? Tina doesn't laugh.
Tina is Naira.
She's being 100% serious, and they're laughing, thinking she's goofing, joking. So then she starts describing her outfit every session. Don't D&D characters wear the same clothes every day?
Okay, if her outfit doesn't include everything she wears, up to the bone. So if she's I'm in a red dress, I'm in a blue dress, something like that. Maybe there is a little necklace and bracelet. All right. Okay, whatever.
All right, well, wait till you hear this. She starts describing her outfit. Remember, too, she does this every session. So she has a new outfit. So they're taking game time to discuss this one character's outfit every session. Always some variation of corset, soft boots, nothing underneath. Makes a point of telling everybody she's not wearing underwear.
Oh, nothing underneath.
Yeah.
I thought that she doesn't describe what she wears underneath. Which
No, she's not wearing anything under there.
Doesn't sound all that
descriptive?
no, hygiene. Hygienic.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, especially in like a medieval fantasy world.
They invented them for a purpose, you know.
Maybe she takes baths every day too. Maybe, hopefully, she doesn't describe that.
I hope she does it at least twice a day.
So they get a weekly monologue about how Naira braids her hair, what perfume she wears, and how she leans in too close to people without noticing.
This is way too descriptive at this point. Okay.
I probably, as the DM, would discourage her from this by telling her that when they're walking through the forest, that all the animals smell her from a mile away. So Zach's character, right? Tina's boyfriend, Zach, real life boyfriend, and he starts getting weirdly aggressive. He's jealous, probably. He's suddenly cold to the other players, always interrupting their dialogue. When our druid complimented Naira's harp playing, Zach immediately said, "My character doesn't trust you anymore."
Oh shit. Escalating.
This is a personal conflict that's turning into a game conflict. Boyfriend and girlfriend are John and Yokoing this D&D group.
Yeah. Somewhere there should start.
Oh, don't look now, but it gets worse. This is what the writer says. It got worse. Whenever another player so much as talked to Naira, Zach's character would glare, or he would even get up and leave the room. The character, I assume. One session, Naira was unconscious after a fight, and the cleric healed her. Tina says Naira wakes up and softly touches the cleric's face. Zach immediately says, "I punched the cleric."
What the fuck? What's
what is
wrong
happening?
With these people?
Zach is confusing, or maybe both of them are confusing real life with game.
They are both have serious problems. She provokes him. She definitely likes to provoke him. He provokes himself easily. This is not gonna end up well.
I agree.
This is not a healthy relationship.
It's not healthy for their D&D game either.
Oh, they should be gone from this D&D group.
Naira's plays the harp and the lyre or the lute, but Tina's favorite musical instrument is Zach, because she's playing him constantly.
Yeah. She's playing his nerves like a guitar.
Yep. She's obviously really good at it, and Zach is on edge.
She knows what she is doing. Oh. But I punch Cleric. The DM says, "Why, Zach? He touched her. He doesn't get to do that."
I hate to break it to Zach, but a cleric has to touch to cure wounds. So in real life, Zach and Tina start bickering in front of us. Tina says,
"You're doing this because you're insecure."
And Zach says, "You're making your character slutty on purpose.
You said I could play whatever I wanted."
Not if it's just you being weird with everyone. So they go outside. They leave the game and go outside and argue for 20 minutes. The rest of the players awkwardly sit around. Would you do that if they left to go argue outside? Wouldn't you just keep playing without them?
This is so awkward when you see a couple fighting in front of you. This look, just oh shit. I instantly want to leave.
Yeah, I do too. If I'm the DM, though, I encourage everybody to get back into their characters and continue the game without them, just to get their minds off of what's going on with everybody else.
At least they went out, not proceeding with the passive aggressiveness. Like not passive, it is active aggression.
But everybody's feeling awkward. I would have tried to get everybody back into the game, but I wouldn't have been surprised if the game broke up at that point for the session and everybody just went home and said, "Let them deal with it. We're out of here. We'll meet next week. Hopefully they don't show up."
Maybe take a 10-minute break.
Yeah.
To call off, to discuss something on the game not concerning the Naira and Zach.
Get your minds off those two scene stealers. So we awkwardly sit around for 20 minutes and then they come back. We try to keep going with the game. Tina now plays Naira completely silent and withdrawn, describes herself as grieving something she can't explain. Probably her dignity, because they both lost that a while ago.
They both acted like dickheads and both were right. They said the truth, both of them.
They definitely did. So the session ends up ending early because nobody wants to keep playing in this awkward way. They skip the next week. Then the DM gets a text. We're taking a break. Thanks for letting us try. I think we need to focus on our relationship right now. That's probably a good choice. I give them credit for being that self-aware and stepping away.
Do you remember we were talking about checking your significant other in a D&D game? That's where you can see this true face without a mask.
Yeah.
And they
both did.
Failed. They
both did it, and they didn't like what they saw in each other. Probably D&D is not good for them to play together.
If D&D is not good for them to play together, then real life will not be good for them.
Yeah, that's probably true. I mean,
I don't know.
If they go out to a bar and some guy looks at her, does that cause an argument too?
It will.
He seems a little jealous, and she seems a little manipulative.
Yeah, they both told to each other exactly what it is. He is insecure, she is acting slutty on purpose.
I want to see some of the comments on this one. Particular Clock 1775 says, so what does it mean if my wife plays the cleric and lets my character die? Dude, have one of the kids or a neighbor test your dinner before you eat. She may be trying to kill you.
I would differentiate role playing with the real life though. It might be okay, but I like this one. When she said she wanted to try role play, clearly D&D wasn't what she had in mind. She was up for something else.
She wanted to dominate him, and he didn't want to be dominated.
She didn't want other people to be in the room at the moment they wanted to try role playing.
Maybe that's how they're fixing their relationship now. They're just doing private role play.
Private role play. This is the only way for them to fix.
I see a lot of people agree with both sides. So we may have some other commenters that need to work out their stuff with their significant other.
What? Some of them support any of those?
Let's see. I don't see any that support him. I agree, and I'd add you need to discuss it with everybody at the table? No.
What else? What else should we discuss with you guys?
Wow, there's some really long ones. 100% agree. I've only been D&Ding for 3 years, but I've been writing a text-based role play for 16. In that time, my friends all women, non-binaries, and trans men. I've role-played passionate romance. They get all graphic. I don't know who he's agreeing with. I guess he's agreeing with...
He or her is just trying to write fantasies, I think. I wonder if there are those groups who role-play only like romantic novels stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to role play, there's room for that. I don't personally want to be at that table. That's not my thing. I don't want to get that graphic. I'm more of a fade to black guy. Do you play like heavy romance in your games?
Always fade to black.
Yeah, fade to black. Okay. I'm not saying there's not room for the people
I don't
who want
even
to play
know.
Graphically.
I don't even know how to do that, but I don't know how to role play it. Like what exactly you role playing? You're describing what you're doing?
Yeah, this writer says they get graphic.
In front of other people? So there are like at least 4 players and 3 players and the DM. Yeah. You are describing to each other what you're doing?
Yeah.
With all the details?
I don't do that, but they're saying yes, all of it. Romance, passionate romance, deep love, graphic sex, political intrigue, even abusive relationships they roleplay.
I have an idea to do this description in a private room when everybody have some pause or snacks. You can role play it in another room.
Yeah. No, I don't want that game at my house though. We can play at your house, but not my house.
No. Fully dressed. Only role playing.